Like
So
that.
don't forget that, because again, I just know that that's a big thing on your report, because they'll be like, "What, huh?" And you don't want to have to email a realtor about what, because they gonna think it's something important because it say 1/16 of what. Like, just put 16 inch IN. You ain't even got to write the whole word per foot, so that they know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. Um. Also, remember that when you're describing your roof covering materials, are they metal shingles? Are they metal panels? Are they wood shingles? Are they wooden shakes? Remember not to just call out the material, but also the style. Okay, so that's the complete description for your roof covering material. um I think that was all I had. Do you guys have any questions as it relates directly to the homework?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So you commented on mine as to the format. I think I submitted a couple of pages.
Mm-hmm.
What format are we supposed to send it in?
Everything right on the one page.
Okay, so I should have just included those pictures on
Pictures.
that one. Cool.
Yep. Anything else? How was the picture taking process? Yeah, Seltzer, how did you get chased out?
So,
You too?
Oh Lord, y'all. Gee, did
so
you have on
listen,
your shirt?
so listen.
I did.
I'm so excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go get these pictures. I'm about to go do my thing. Grab my keys. Boom, got my phone charged up, ready to go. So in my neighborhood, in my subdivision, everything looks the same, like 2, 3 blocks. So I was like, I'll go over to the other subdivision because I know they have all of this. So I'm kind of walking around, got my phone. Somebody walks past. He's like, hey, I've never seen you before. I was like, oh, okay. Go back to my doing my thing. Somebody else walk up to me trying to start up conversation. Yeah, what's happening? Because I'm focused. So I guess when he walked away, he called the police. So as I'm lifting my arms to take my picture, my shirt comes up and you can see my pistol on my hip. And at the same time, Cobb County Police pulling up. They hit the lights. They're like, ma'am, we have, reports of someone walking around taking pictures of houses. Is that you by any chance? I'm like, yeah, it's me. I'm trying to become a home inspector. I'm just taking pictures for my homework. And I just happened to have some stuff pulled up on my phone. He said, man, we can't have you doing that. This is a residential area. You know, you don't have consent to take pictures of anyone's home. We need you to go ahead and leave. I was like, okay, no problem. But yeah, I was like, damn, I'm just trying to get the picture of the hip roof. That's all.
Okay, well, don't go back to that area.
I'm going back over there.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I would not necessarily. I'm trying to be incognito. You know what I'm saying? So I would not be as overt as you were in that case, because people may wonder what's going on. So I can kind of understand that. Maybe like a drive by, in the car, let the
Yeah.
window and keep it pushing. If you notice in some of the pictures that I use in the presentation, you'll see like the glare, because that's what I do. I'll be in the car and and keep it pushing. So you may want to adopt, and you packing heat and all these kinds of things. So you may want to adopt a more covert method of doing this, so that you don't have any unnecessary run-ins. But I'm glad that ended well, though. That sounds like a whole lot.
Georgia's open carry, so I don't think the pistol was the issue. It was just a random person in the neighborhood, you know, taking
Yeah, but don't
pictures.
nobody want to see nobody black with no gun in their neighborhood, man. Like, come on. Like,
So
this is America.
I'm just saying, I'm just like, yeah, let me get these pictures. I
Yeah.
see gutters. I'm just all excited. Man, we need you to leave. Definitely.
And also now you got like start taking like whenever you see them, whenever you're riding wherever to the store, instead of taking the freeway, take the streets, hit a couple blocks and see what you can see. And like I say, do those ride by and just keep them in your phone, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do that
That's it's all the same amount of practice. Anybody else? Nobody else had on the high end. We got the cops being called. Like on the low end, was everybody else cool? That's nuts. Pistol, yeah, she's Ryan. You got to join our Inspector Flow Security.
Your pistol packing mom.
So what else on the homework? Were we good on the homework? Pretty much so.
I had a hard time putting it into my own words. Like I know what it is. I know what it does. I just can't spit it out.
I think you did a good job, G.
Because, well, thank you. Well, so that's really what I do for work. I don't have any immediate bosses. When I show up to the site, I'm the head. So,
you the man.
All of the communication is through emails and through daily logs. So that's what I do. And I mean, I get called on it. As much as I do it, I still suck at it. But I get called on it. I'm like, they're like, what door am I looking at when I take a picture of a door? So
not in a couple of weeks, they won't be calling you on it. Yeah. No, but I think that you did a good job. You were clear, you were concise. You gave me a lot. Again, if I'm just somebody new looking at this, you started to paint the picture for me. So that's good. And when it comes to your report, there's an actual, basically a guideline or format that we follow when we write our defect comments. So it'll be the same format each time. And so I think that will help you on the report writing side of things, and on, your daily logs and whatever other communication that you have. We're off to a good start. Anybody else? We good on the homework? All right, a couple of things I just want to share. I couldn't remember if I had mentioned it, and if I did, I wanted to make it a little bit more clear. So, what about the notes? How did you guys fill in your notes, or what? Be honest, don't lie. It's about to be Sunday.
I'm having trouble with that notion.
With just accessing it, or what?
Kind of, yeah. Just trying to put the information in. So I've been taking notes by hand, but I don't know if it's just me, but I'm just not getting the hang of it.
Is it working and you're just not used to it? Because there was a little bit of a learning curve for me too in terms of actually using it. So you have access to it and you're just still figuring the program out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That'll come.
Because I typed in something and then it auto-populated the whole definition. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, you got to make sure, because they have a new AI feature on there. So make sure you don't have the AI situation turned on. Okay. That might be it. Anybody else? Did y'all look for videos? Did y'all look for pictures? Did you?
Mm-hmm. I looked for pictures. I haven't looked for videos.
Okay. Take some time when you're in the bed scrolling, instead of scrolling Facebook or Instagram, TikTok or whatever, type in roofing company with your city and see what come up on YouTube, Pick the shortest video and watch that one, see if it helps you. I would again, whether you choose to use Notion or not, the practice of handwriting your notes out and then typing them is still something that I would recommend. So even if you feel like you just want to do it in, regular Word or Google Docs or whatever, I would still highly, highly, highly recommend doing that, because it's just helping you with the repetition of, again, hearing it in class, reading it in the book, writing it down, typing it, and then excuse me, you can always have it. That's exactly what I do. So these are my notes. Oh, sorry, y'all. My background is a little blurred. Anyways, these are my notes, and I've taken my typed out notes and I've taken notes on my notes. So anytime I add to my notes, I just jump back into my document and add it there. And then I told you I'm a hard copy kind of girl. Like this is just what I like. And then I print out and now, so this started out as 1 page and now it's like 7. And I have one of these for every system. Plus for every class basically. So for my marketing stuff, for my business setup, I have it. And if I find out a tax strategy or a website or this or that that's gonna help me, I jot it down and then again I just keep this living basically database of notes. All right, so I think it was Kina who asked me about the requirement for a vent pipe, and it is a more of a code type of situation, but I just wanted you to have it. I thought about it and I was like, I should have just gave it to him. So a vent pipe must extend at least, does anybody know how many is an inch? Anybody know? Vent pipe must extend at least blank inches above the roof. No say? Is 3 inches enough, PJ? Is that enough? Double it, 6 inches. At least 6 inches. Think about it. Your plumbing vent, 3 inches would, be like about this. That's not nearly enough. And then if you live in an area where there's snow, has to be 6 inches above the snow, basically. So that's your vent pipe. What page?
Yes.
I'm not working off of a page right now. These are just my notes that I wanted to share with y'all. I'm about to put up a picture and show you. I wanted to make clear some of those roofing support elements that we were talking about: rafter tie, collar tie, etc., etc. The first thing is keep in mind that you are only going to see these if you are in an unfinished attic. So if the house that you are inspecting has a finished attic, then obviously you will not be able to see this because it'll be behind the drywall. Now, sometimes they have a little access door where you can go in and you can see some of it, but the only way that you'll get a full complete view of it is if you're in an unfinished attic. Okay, so again, we talked about the rafters being framed opposite of each other. They are attached to the ridge. They are not to be offset more than how many inches?
1.5.
That's correct. Not offset more than 1.5 inches from each other. uh the wrap, they need the collar tie, right? So this horizontal support. So again, if we're looking at this as our house, we are basically trying to keep this roof from flying off or from thrust, as they call it, right? So that's why it's attached here at the top of the wall plates. It's attached here at the ridge, and then the collar ties here because we don't want these spreading apart, right? So if it's here, we creating that right triangle. We don't want it to veer out here or this side to veer out there. So the collar tie helps keep those together to prevent that roof thrust. Uh,
And what it causes roof rust? Isn't it like the wind can cause it?
yes. Um, So I think maybe, I don't know, maybe there was or wasn't, but the confused Viv, I know you had mentioned it about the purlin. So according to the code, the roof assembly basically needs continuous ties across to prevent that thrust. So a purlin is not required, so you may or may not see it. If you are in an unfinished attic, what you should definitely look for is the collar tie, and that's going to be in which third?
The top 1/3.
That's correct. The top 1/3. Now, the other support is going to be either the collar, I mean not the collar tie, the ceiling joist, which is this, or rafter ties. Basically, almost doing the same thing as a collar tie. But depending upon, again, the structure of the house, the ceiling joist will also how can I say, the ceiling joist will almost be the floor joist of the attic, right? So this is the ceiling joist for this layer level of the house. But if you were to be up here in the attic walking around, these would be the floor joists that you're walking on. Got it? So
So
this
what's the difference between a ceiling joist and a rafter tie?
in the assembly, in the roof assembly, they're essentially the same thing. It's just that if you come down, like you can't see it, but if we were down here, you're gonna have ceiling joists here. These aren't serving, these aren't rafter ties here because the rafters are up here. So at the I guess highest most level, the ceiling joist, it could be either ceiling joist or the rafter ties. When you come down, you're going to have ceiling joists in between each level of the house.
Okay.
And then with the purlins, there doesn't always have to be a brace, right?
No,
Like sometimes they can just be purlins and be no brace.
they need to be at least the same size as the rafter, though. That's the only thing. The purlin. So let's say we have the rafters that are 2x4s, then the purlin would need to be at least a 2x4 as well. Uh, continuous ties, the ceiling joists, essentially rafter ties. One or the other though, we need to have at every at each one of those rafters. That I wish this was like a 3D photo so you could see it going back, but we got to have either or at each of those rafters. And then just to, I'm gonna show. Let me stop here. I want to show you this is the basically an installation diagram for asphalt shingles. So when you read in a book, when it talks about being offset, the butt end edge, or like this is a strip right here, right? So they are laying these strips down. It looks basically like three individual shingles that are kind of like merged into one. Does anybody remember how many nails or fasteners are required
4.
for the strip?
I was thinking 3.
How many required for the strip?
12.
Why you change your answer? You said 4.
Well, if one strip has 3 shingles.
Wait, who said 4? G, was that you who said 4? Oh,
No.
oh, so Chris, that was you who said 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so why you change?
Because I thought you were just talking about one individual shingle. But since there's 3 shingles on one strip, I would think that it would need, 4 on one. So 4 is 3. There's 3 shingles on one strip. So 4 times 3 is 12.
You think so?
I don't now.
Why? Stand on it. Don't let me make you waver.
Is it 2 per shingle? Like
2 per shingle.
oh, the slates. Never mind. Come on. Put the picture on.
Yeah, I don't even know. I've put shingle before. I don't even remember.
Four nails per strip. Page 124.
I was about to say, I think Chris was right.
Chris, always go with your first mind. Nobody ever listens to me. I've been saying it. This is my 4th class now. And people, if I look like I don't believe it, then inevitably they gonna change. And who am I? If you know the answer, stand on your answer. When you taking your quiz, go with your first mind. Your brain is smarter than what it works better than what we give it credit for. You recalled the correct answer, and then I didn't even say nothing. I just had a look on my face, and you totally changed up. You done went to 12. Where the hell you get 12 at, Chris? Yes. So page 124 in the first paragraph, up under the picture of the felt underlayment and the synthetic underlayment, manufacturers usually specify 4 nails per strip. except on the very steep slope roofs. Okay. You hear also nail location can be important. Nails installed above the seal strip usually void manufacturer's warranty and may allow shingles to blow off. Okay. So again, you're not gonna get to see a whole lot of this unless you get into doing like roof installation inspections or whatever. Um or if you get up there and you see it, but from the ground you won't necessarily be able to see exactly how. And then again, they overlap each other, so a lot of times you won't get an opportunity to tell exactly how many are up there. So let me go here.
But if a roof is installed wrong, we should point that out.
Say that again, Viv.
Like, I know for tile and clay roofs, basically like underneath there's a piece of wood that it sits on. So what if it's
a piece of wood that it sits on? Huh? Stop
like
playing with me, Viv.
A strip of wood.
Okay, so
Maybe
what?
correctly.
Wait a minute. What's the first layer? What's the first structural member of a roof?
The sheathing was the rafters, and then you solid sheathing.
Okay, so is that the wood that you're talking about?
No, I'm pretty sure on top of that there's another piece of wood.
Okay, hold up. So after you got rafters, you got sheathing, then what do you have?
Underlayment.
Okay, and then what do you have?
The roofing material.
Okay, so where does the wood that you're talking about fall within there?
Hold on, I'm about to go to it in the book.
While she's finding that, do you see any defects in this photo?
Yes.
What is it? What's the defect?
Look at wood rot.
What else?
That nail.
That nail is not nailing. Hold on, I gotta blow this thing up. Yeah. What is that? Is that a stick? Wood, that nail. What is happening?
What else?
Look like too much layers.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's more than two.
There are at least 3 that I can make out. Yeah.
Not even all the way through.
And it looks like there's different materials in here. So this layer looks like wood. This looks like the some sort of asphalt type of situation. So they're different. The materials are different for each layer. So again, this is how you can tell from the side of the roof, either at the eaves or even along the rafter, the slope of the roof. You can see usually very clearly how many layers of roofing there are. And if you see more than 2, that is definitely a reportable defect. All right, let me go here.
Okay, so I found it. It's on page 128, and it's a picture of it on page 129.
Okay.
Basically, the wood battens, if that's how you pronounce it. I guess that's basically just another way that you can apply.
Where do you see it on
tiles
128?
to the roof. Paragraph. Actually, the second paragraph from the bottom on page 128.
Okay. Tiles may be attached by the roof of several methods, including and wood.
And then I guess it's a picture of the wood battens on page 129.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but you're talking about for concrete and clay tile roofs.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes.
So say if the wood pieces are missing, will we put that in our inspection like it's not installed correctly, or you're basically missing pieces, or is that basically telling them what the problem is and I guess we can't tell them how to fix it.
If you're able to see that and you can see that consistently in other places on the roof, like they have them, and then in certain area it's decayed or rotten or missing, then I would call it out. Or I'm not that familiar with concrete and clay tiles. I would probably do some Googles and see what the installers for, if it was clay tiles, I would look up clay tile installation. If they recommend that they have those and they were absent, then I would call it out.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty popular in one of the neighborhoods in Cincinnati.
Yeah, so that's what you can YouTube tonight. See, look, I helped you out, Viv. All right, so what is missing um in this picture? First of all, this is a chimney.
A flashing?
What kind of flashing?
Step flashing?
Okay. What else? What's missing in this area? Why does there appear to be so much moisture damage in this area?
Cricket.
Yes.
What you say?
Say it again.
A cricket is what it's called. A cricket is like kind of a flash up for a chimney. It looks like a triangle.
Okay.
And when do you need a cricket?
Is it like 30 inches?
What? If what is 30 inches?
If the chimney is 30 inches.
Vertically?
No. Why?
Okay, so tell us why when we need to have a cricket?
You would need to have a cricket if the chimney is a 30-inch wide chimney.
And also parallel to the ridge. So we can't see it in this picture, but we know this is the slope of the roof, and then it's going up to the ridge, right? So then the cricket is parallel. This is the ridge here, and the chimney is right here. So it's parallel to the ridge. And if it is larger, if it's at least 30 inches wide or longer, then we should have a cricket. He's right. It would look like a triangle right here. It would literally cover this exact same space where you see all of this moisture, because the roof is doing what its job is, right? The slope, and the water is going to drain right down. But we know again that this is a hole. The chimney comes through a hole in the roof, and if there's nothing there to divert the water away from that, it's going to settle and pool right here. And eventually, like I said, it don't happen today or tomorrow, but over time, this is what you end up with. Okay. So that's what it looks like when it's wrong. Sometimes another thing that the book does that I don't like is sometimes it shows you like what it should be. It doesn't always show you what it should not be or what it doesn't look like. And sometimes it's easier when you can picture the actual defect. All right. Um the last thing I want to go, are there any questions? Okay. I want to go over, I'm going to give you a sample of some of the questions that you can expect for your exam. I'm going to read the question, and I'm also going to put it in the chat so that you can read it yourself. And then if you know the answer, drop it in the chat. Oh, darn it. Hold up, I messed that up. Okay. Funny. The first question. A cricket or saddle shall be installed on the ridge side of any chimney or penetration more than blank inches wide. What's the answer?
30.
That's correct. 30. So everybody should know about the cricket. All right, next question. For asphalt shingles, where the roof sheathing is less than blank inch thick, the fastener shall penetrate through the sheathing. I typed it in the chat as well. Type it in the chat. Um. Okay, Guillermo say 5/8. Viv says 1 inch, 3/4 inch. Seltzer, where's your answer? For asphalt shingles where the roof sheathing is less than blank inch thick, the fastener shall penetrate through the sheathing. Seltzer, we waiting on you. What's your answer?
I'm sorry. I thought it was.
We on the next question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For asphalt shingles where the roof sheathing is less than blank inch thick, the fastener shall penetrate through the sheathing. The correct. Come on with it. 200. 4 hours. 200. The correct answer is 3/4 of an inch. Chris, correct answer. All right, next one. For asphalt shingles, base flashing against a vertical sidewall shall be continuous, or step flashing and shall not be less than blank inches in height and blank inches in width. What's the answer in the chat? In the chat. What up, James? Sorry. 4 inches. Okay. Viv says 4 and 4, like Wendy's, 4 for 4. You sure, Viv? Did you read the question? The whole thing? Shall not be less than. I miss you too, James. Hope you're doing well. All right, give me an answer. You got 200 questions to answer on your exam. 200 of them things. What's the answer? I need two numbers.
Viv was right. 4 inches long, 4 inches in width.
Okay, well, Chris said 2 inches in height and 4 inches in width. And Chris got the last question right. I'm just saying. You do with that what you will.
I ain't gonna lie, I guess on this one.
But he not confident. So you got to factor that in too. Viv stood on her shit. So, I don't know. So, G, where you at? Put your answer in there. Seltzer, your time is up. What's your answer?
I don't have one because I'm still looking.
Guess.
Okay.
Of what you know, based upon the question, you know what an asphalt shingle is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what base flashing against a vertical sidewall, step flashing, on the horizontal. So it has to be at least. Whenever I see shall not be less than, in my mind, I just think at least, because shall not be less than is confusing for me. So I just totally X that out and put at least.
Okay.
At least what in height and at least what in width? What's a reasonable answer?
Mm. And I hate being wrong, but I got it.
Well, you better get used to it, baby, because in this here field, she gonna be wrong a lot, and it's okay. You still gonna get paid.
Well, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Well, I said at least, then I guess I would go, I don't know, with at least 2 inches in height and 4 inches in width.
Okay, so Viv is correct. It's 4 and 4. 4 inches on the vertical. Remember, we looked at that picture on Sunday during class. 4 inches on the vertical wall, so even if it's the chimney, and then 4 inches on the horizontal, which you won't be able to see because it's gonna be up under the roof covering material. Okay.
That's on page 161.
That was gonna be my next
Thank you
question.
for the reference. 161. All right.
And I got it highlighted. Ain't that something?
All right. So yeah. So think Wendy's. When you with your side piece on the sidewall, you have a Wendy's 4 for 4. All right, last one. Okay, we got to go out. Everybody got to get this one right, or else we got to do another one. We got to go out on a high note. You know, I played sports growing up, and we couldn't ever end practice on a missed shot. And it wasn't just if you made it. Everybody had to make the shot, or we had to go around again. Can I get a witness? Any other athletes in the house tonight? All right. So the last question, if we all get it right. Wood shakes shall only be used on slopes of blank units vertical in blank units horizontal or greater. So you know off top, we're talking about pitch and slope, right? We know that the slope is the incline of a roof as a ratio. Pitch is incline of a roof as a fraction. So which one is this asking you for?
Yeah, what's the ratio?
Everybody put your answer in the chat. Wood shakes shall only be used on slopes of blank units vertical in blank units horizontal. Seltzer, I'm waiting on you. We got Chris say 4 and 12. PJ say 3 and 12.
Because it gives 3 and 12 and 4 and 12 in that same sentence.
G says 3 and 12. Viv says 2.5 and 12. So I need your answer, Seltzer. And let's see who's right. Well, everybody got something different, so looks like we're gonna be doing another question, folks.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 3 and 12 because it said that should be the minimum.
You going 3 and 12?
Yeah. But then
stand on your answer, Seltzer.
I'm gonna stand on that. Oh, but shit, it says industry guidelines recommend a minimum of 412.
312. Seltzer and PJ and G got 3 and 12. Chris got 4 and 12. Viv got 2.5 and 12. The correct answer is 3 and 12. Shout out to the ladies. NG. All right, we got to run it back.
Okay.
One more for IFO. Let me get a good one here.
Where are these questions from?
This one, the answer for this was on page 140.
No, the questions. Where are the questions coming from?
Sample test that I have. All right. Last question. Collar ties shall not be less than 1 inch by 4 inches nominal. Spaced not more than blank feet on center. Collar ties. Oh snap! We got 900 likes on TikTok. That's what's up, man. Run it up right quick. Can we get to 1,000? That's what's up. Y'all enjoying the roofing class? We got some action on Facebook. We got James on Facebook. Anissa, my baby. Got some action on YouTube. Yeah, go ahead. We can get to 1,000. Look, 956. We basically there. So next week, y'all make sure y'all come back. Next week, we're gonna be on the exterior section. Exterior section. Looking to be a home inspector in your area. If you a minority, black or brown, whatever. If you a woman, identify as whatever. If you a youth, by youth I mean under 50, I got you. Look us up, inspectorflow.com. All right, where the answers? PJ dropped hers. She said 4 feet. Y'all riding with PJ? Now y'all know she been here before. So I mean that gotta count for something. So I don't know. I might ride with PJ.
Hold on, wait a minute now.
I might ride with PJ. I'm just saying. I don't know. Thank y'all. 1,000 likes. We made it. We did it. I appreciate it. Peace, workout junkie. Peace to you. Thanks for tapping in on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. We be right here. I might do this every week. I don't know. Maybe not every week, but I might come back in and let y'all see.
They already talked about color ties in the book, did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They did, but it's not on the roofing. It's on the structure. Yeah, okay.
Oh, look at that too. One flow is all we know. Woo! Let's go. One time for the teamwork.
They were talking about like on 242.
The actual pictures on 245. It actually tells me the answer like right there.
Okay, so G, I don't see your answer.
I was typing it in.
Oh. Okay, so I got G, I got Chris, I got PJ, Seltzer, and Viv. What y'all gonna say? Oh, y'all rocking with y'all rock. Everybody like fucking, we standing together. The correct answer is 4 feet. The correct answer is 4 feet. Collar ties shall not be less than 1 inch by 4 inches nominal, space not more than 4 feet on center. So that's just a little sample. Of course, you'll be getting more of that, but that's just a little sample of the types of questions that you'll get. And also keep in mind that there'll be multiple choice. So you'll get an opportunity to actually see the right answer as a 4 different choices. So it's harder to come up with the answer, when you don't get to see any of those. It's a little bit easier when they will at least show you the right answer. So, any final questions on roofing? All right. On Sunday, we're going to go chapter 2 in your structural book, exterior And we're also going to cover chapter 1, site conditions. I'll tell you now, Sunday's going to be a longer class. We got a lot to get through on the exterior. Site conditions is pretty short and sweet, but there's a lot we got to cover on exterior. So we'll probably be together about 90 minutes on Sunday. I can let you know that off top. Okay? It is, very much so. Yep. Any questions, comments, concerns, expressions of joy before we go?
It's about she's a hoe.
I want to make that my ringtone or something. All right, so make sure y'all go through and read chapter 2 in the structure, chapter 1 and 2 in the structural book. And I'll see you right here on Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Peace.
Thank you. See y'all later. Recording.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in. We up out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all